Thanks for dropping in, especially considering you have no idea who I am, or even less what this video might be all about. So I really appreciate that you've taken out the time of your day to check out my video. Thank you. Hello, my name is Gerrit, and I'm a Dutch guy living in Dubai, which is in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East. And these are my two helpers. This right here is Cooper, the Rhodesian Ridgeback, and behind me is the old lady, Labrador, Luna. So now that you are here, what are you actually watching? Well, to be honest with you, this video is really apropos of nothing. Nobody's asked me to make this video, or for that matter any of the upcoming videos. Nobody's expecting them, nobody's waiting for them, so why make them in the first place? Well, it's actually not entirely true. There are some people that have suggested I should make some videos, and that is primarily my wife and my grandson and my family. They always tell me, oh, we really like your stories, why don't you set up your own YouTube channel, maybe people will like it. But I've actually figured out there's an ulterior motive, and that is that when I do tell my stories, they always tell me I talk too much and I should talk less. So I guess by them motivating me to set up a YouTube channel, it introduces for them the option to pause or stop me whenever they like. And when they feel I talk too much, just hit pause. Be that as it may, I thought, you know what, maybe there's something in it, what they're telling me. After 65 years of having walked a beautiful blue marble of a planet, and having lived in various countries on our globe, I thought, you know, why not create an autobiography in digital form, which beats typing, by the way, which is not my favorite hobby, yet I've done that most of my professional career. I've been typing since before there were computers to type on. And those who are younger might not even remember what a typewriter looks like unless they've been to a museum and they've seen the typewriters over there. But yeah, so I thought, why not? Since I can still remember what my life has been all about, why not commit it to the medium of YouTube? Because as I think back, I can only conclude how much the world has changed, and my goodness me, have things changed. And the older I get, the more change there seems to be. Now, don't get me wrong, change is inevitable, and the only constant in life is change. You can't stop change. And without change, we'd be going backwards. We'd be still using the pony and trap, or a push bike, or I would be walking through this desert, not because I want to, but because I have to. So change needs to happen for progress. So that doesn't mean that all change is positive. It also doesn't mean that all change is negative. And in fact, what may be negative to some is positive to the others, and vice versa. So while I make these videos, I shall be contrasting some of the things the way they used to be as to how they are today, and then we can all make up our own mind, draw our own conclusions. Was the change good or was it bad in that isolated specific instance? But one thing that does happen as you get older is you realize you've become your dad or your granddad or that old uncle that always goes, "When I was your age," and then you fill in the blanks, and now you are the one using that exact same phrase. "When I was your age, I was older," or whatever. But now I am that age. I am that grumpy old man who is 65 years old. That person who realizes that when you think about it, nobody really truly knows who you are and what you've been through. Not even your mum. Certainly not in my case. Having moved around quite a bit and having lived in other than my home country for more than 40 years now, I've lived longer outside of the Netherlands than I've lived inside the Netherlands. And for those of you who are wondering, my introduction, Dutch, means I am from the Netherlands, where I was born in 1959. Can you believe it? It never seemed that far away, but all of a sudden now it is very far away. I will be making a series of videos because my life of 65 years would require at least a few videos to capture the highlights and the essence of who I am and what I've done. So yeah, I will be making a series of these videos, so I hope that it might be of interest to you and that you will be tuning in again. I will obviously be starting in 1959, when I was born in the town of Utrecht in the Netherlands, and from there we'll be progressing to the current date and time. So stay tuned for those videos. Right now I think I'm going to be wrapping up this video because I've already been walking for 30 minutes in this desert in the blazing sun, where it is 44 degrees Celsius or 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And let me tell you, I'm feeling the burn. And Luna, who is now 10 years old, also is suffering a little bit, I think. So we'll be making a loop here and make our way back to the car and the safety of air conditioning therein. Yeah, Luna is hot and tired and probably thirsty. Cooper is sitting there. Cooper normally runs ahead and finds those little mounts over there and hides in the shade. But right now he's doing something else. He's making his own mount in his own shade. So that's it. Thank you again for tuning in. And until the next time, bye bye.